What's up, guys? I'm at the channel. What we're doing today is actually I already started doing it and I was like, oh shoot, that's right, I was gonna record. Moving the engine, basically waiting for my father and I to get home to lift his engine out, because you can do it, you can't do it by yourself, but you can't do it by yourself. Actually, no, you can't do it by yourself, because this engine, when you lift it up, it just gets all wonky, swingy. You have that thing there that, you know, you can damage it really easily if you don't be careful. And yeah, it's just easier to just do it with two people. You know, it's one of those things. If you get two people and you can get two people, do it yourself. Do it with the two people, because not fun doing it on one person. But yeah, so the hardest part was really just getting the shaft out. You know how a shaft is removed on these things. You have, this is the shaft here. This part that goes in the engine. In this container I got right here, you got this thing that slides over. Basically, it goes like this, slides over like that. And then this thing right here, and then so this thing goes right here. This little pin here slides right on here, goes onto here, and this thing will slide back and lock onto that little half moon thing. Which then there's a carbon ring which is in here, which actually pushes that metal thing back onto that metal ring, the half moon. This thing's like not a spring, but like it's basically a spring. It pushes that against the half moon, the metal thing. So locks it there, locks it in place, and seals from water getting in. Blah blah blah. If that made sense what I just said. But yeah, so other than that, this jet ski motor's pretty much ready to come out. All the stuff's here is the intake, its butt, its battery, its intake, basically. Not the intake, like actual, like intake manifold, intake, there you go. So the reason we're taking this motor back out, guys, is that possibly, so we ordered this engine off, I don't know where we ordered it from, wherever it was I ordered it. They had a guy working there that they fired, so I was just thinking of that, so you guys are gonna get where this is kind of going. However, he rebuilt these engines. Now there's a big difference between I don't know what year beginning, but to where year these Vortex came out to 2005, and from 2006 to 2017, they were slightly different than the earlier 2005s. And the biggest difference is the crankshaft. The crankshaft literally has a different timing and firing order, so it is not compatible. There's a timing gear that goes onto the shaft, and there's a pin. It's like a pin. And apparently it's a whole different firing order, so it doesn't even matter if you try to change the gearing ratio, not the gear, like the gear around to make it look like the other one. There's a pin, one pin, so if the pin's at 11 o'clock, then so you got a pin that's at 11 o'clock, and you have the pin that's pointed down this way. It's at 7 o'clock, looking at a clock. He didn't tell me which one's what, but he just wants to tell him which one mine's doing. It goes up, so one way goes here, one pin's right here, the other pin's right here. So the guy at the shop pretty much swapped the two shafts out, possibly, because they had an issue with one guy's motor doing the same exact thing they were doing, misfiring, all this stuff, and it was pretty much, they found out that it was the crank. The wrong crank was put in the thing, so everything else went together fine, but the problem was the crank, and everything was timed fine. Well, it wasn't timed fine, but it was timed right for what it was trying to do, and you know, for lining everything up wise. Doesn't mean that the valves are gonna open up right, because, you know, in fire ordering, everything's gonna open up right. Well, no, the valves won't open up right, but the pistons will fire, I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever the difference between the two, the timing's off, and basically the guy they fired pretty much accidentally. I guess he may have done it a couple times. They say he done a lot of weird things, and this might be the second engine that swapped the shafts with. So he must have been rebuilding the two at the same time. I think the other guy was in 08 or something like that, and then mine was the 05. Well, you know, this motor's actually 2002. So whatever it was, he swapped the two shafts. I might have the other guy's shaft, and he had my shaft. Now he did this way, like almost like 6 to 8 months ago, probably. We couldn't work on this motor right away because there was a lot of issues with parts and getting parts, and stupid reason of getting parts, because it wasn't even that You couldn't get the parts at the company, just something they did something wrong at their end, whatever it was, I don't know. But yeah, so now I gotta pull this motor out, literally take the whole thing apart that I did. I literally gotta take all this back apart again, just to, and then line all the markings back up, and then tell the guy where it's at, where the pin's located at 11 o'clock, near 11 o'clock, or it's near 7 o'clock. And with that also being said, which hopefully this is it, but sadly, if it is it, I gotta crack the bottom of the whole motor apart just to do this. So it's a lose-lose situation. It's a win-lose. He goes, woohoo! It's nothing, we don't have any electrical issues or nothing like that. But it's a sucky situation because now I gotta crack open the bottom of the block that I did not feel like that we bought a motor that we didn't want to rebuild. We just wanted to get an engine, throw it in, and that was it. Now the only good thing, he's paying me for my time working on it, so I'm like, okay, well, fine, that's fine. Yeah, just gonna get the parts. I'm gonna ask him for oil and possibly antifreeze, just to, you know, because it's a lot of money to spend for this stuff. You know, it's a lot of money. So so I'm gonna ask him for that stuff, and hopefully, you know, he'll give it to us. Hopefully, because like I said, working on water sports is not cheap. Everything is twice the price, 3 times the price, 5 times the price. You know, many things can even go to 10 times the price depending on what it is. But yeah, so update on the jet ski. That's what's going on with her. So hopefully by 3 weeks from now, because I still gotta get the motor out, check it out, call the guy back, let him know, and then he's gonna have to ship us the part. You know, if this is what's wrong with it, he's gonna have to ship us the part. I gotta order another piece of this for this thing. But so gotta wait for shipping time, delay time, shipping time, and then actually time to put it back together. So I'm looking at like 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks I want to be the most, but hopefully it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks won't be too bad. I got a wedding to go to. Oh shoot, I think is it this weekend? No, 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weekends from now. Okay, phew. I just got nervous. So if you guys want to see videos with watercrafts more, like actually going out on them and have fun out in the ocean, bay, and everything like that, listen, go hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna try to do a lot of that. Maybe midsummer. I'm gonna maybe get mine out soon. Maybe just get mine out. But if you guys want to see that kind of content, let's hit that subscribe button. And also, listen, guys, leave a like on this video. You know, helps us out with the creators to get the content out more. Comment down below if you guys do want to see what you guys want to see with watercrafts. Anything, you know, anything specific, like what they can do, compatibility, blah blah blah. Anything you want to see with jet skis? I would say boats, but right now we're having a little trouble with boats, and so boats, yeah, we're okay. Jet skis right now. So comment down below if you want to see with that. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And do whatever it takes to follow your dreams, and don't let anyone get in your way.